Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me. What's up? How are you? How are you feeling? How are things going? For me, I've been feeling a lot better. I mean, for the past couple weeks I've been pretty sick, but you know, I just gotta suck it up and start recording because I actually enjoy recording these videos and getting to talk to everybody. Now, today's video isn't really gonna be anything kind of too special. It's just kind of like I'm just answering a Q&A that I had asked on Instagram for people to drop any questions they have. So that's just what I'm gonna do today, as I kind of just do my face and kind of try out some new colors. I'm gonna be going very blue today, so that's all I'm gonna say on that. And so before I jump into this video, go ahead and press that subscribe button down below and press the little bell notification button so that you can be notified or emailed or texted, whatever YouTube does, to let you know that I just posted a video. So go ahead and do that. I'll wait. It's okay. It takes like 2 seconds. Just scroll down and press subscribe. Okay, now that I'm sure you've done that already, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. So per usual, starting off with primer, and today I'm going to be using the Milani Prime Perfection face primer. So first question is, what inspired me to do YouTube? Well, I originally started YouTube as just a kind of like side project, something to just keep me distracted, out of trouble, and just something to do as I kind of just live my day-to-day life. I don't really do much. I'm kind of a homebody, so I don't go out much. And so I just kind of one day was like, you know what, let me start a YouTube channel to kind of just have something to do. But now I kind of do it as like a hobby. It's actually something I enjoy doing. I've always like talked into like my phone and like to cameras and stuff like that. Like on Snapchat, I used to always have these long stories where I would just tell some kind of life story of mine. So now I'm going into foundation. It is the Fenty Beauty in the shade 330. And I just got this new sponge. It's kind of like a beauty blender, but it's microfiber, and I've actually really been enjoying it. I'm using it wet, of course, for a liquid foundation. It is by Juno & Co. and it works just like a regular sponge, but like significantly better and super cheap too. It's like $6, like versus a beauty blender that's like $20. So back to the question that was asked of me. I always noticed like there aren't many people like me, and by like me, I know there's lots of like, you know, light-skinned people that are famous because, you know, colorism is unfortunately a thing, which is definitely something I want to speak against. But I've noticed that a lot of lighter skinned people never speak about, you know, colorism or unfairness in the beauty industry. So that's definitely something I considered and consider every time I do anything, because it's like, yeah, being light, you get your benefits, but if you're not using your privilege and your voice for good, then, or to help other, you know, people, then just don't say anything at all. And that's honestly just how I feel. Like, if you are always trying to be the center of attention and you're trying to turn every situation into where you're the victim or where you're discriminated against, I definitely think that speaks volumes about who you are and the kind of message you bring, and that's not the kind of person I am. I believe that everybody deserves a voice, and I believe that especially darker skinned people are mistreated in every industry, whether it be the beauty or the professional. Darker skinned people are definitely overlooked and discriminated against, and that's definitely something I'm standing against, and I want to help bring a change to. And also giving beauty tips. You know, I've gotten a lot of messages from like parents and like people my age, and even some people younger or older than me, I mean, and younger than me. People of like all ages have like hit me up saying that, you know, they're learning a lot from my videos. And like my little cousin, she watches my videos and she's trying to get into makeup, so why not, you know? Question number 2 is, why did I get into makeup? So as I've kind of stated before, I've always had like an eye for makeup, and I've kind of always like looked at it and kind of got curious. And I used to play in my mom's like makeup cabinet when I was younger and would always play in her makeup and that. And also me being an art major in college right now, that's definitely like also helped influence doing makeup, just because I mean makeup is a form of art, you know? I used to be very, like a couple years ago when I used to talk about makeup, I was always like, oh, I would never do makeup. I naturally look good and I don't need that kind of stuff and blah blah. But I was really just saying that because I was trying to fit in with like other people, and that's definitely not something you should ever do, and it's definitely not something I advocate. So, and I also kind of got into makeup because of modeling. So anyone that knows me, a couple years ago, I think 2016, I was signed to a modeling agency, and I knew that makeup would become a part of my everyday life had that career kicked off or gone anywhere. So makeup was definitely something I started studying about and learning about and kind of getting myself more acquainted with, because I started with just foundation and kind of light contouring and like light concealing just to kind of like hide bags and kind of brighten up my face a bit so the foundation didn't just leave my face looking super flat. Now what I was just doing was like some light contouring with the Fenty Beauty Matchstix in the shade Mocha. I was putting it directly onto my brush so that it wouldn't be so harsh of lines, because I'm trying to go for a more, for my base rather, I'm trying to go for a more subtle kind of thing. I'm not trying to be too sculpted and too like well defined. Question number 2 was, have I ever been noticed in public because of my antics on like social media? What I have been noticed in is, I remember I went out to brunch one day with a friend, and a bunch of their friends came along, and we all kind of were just sitting around, and then like some other people came up to us, so kind of a random person in a way, and he noticed, he like kept staring at me, and I was like bro, what are you looking at? Like, why are you staring at me? And he was like, you just look really familiar, I feel like I've seen you somewhere. And I was like, probably not, you know, I don't live in this area, and not like I'm popular or like booming or anything. And so he was like, do you know this and this guy? And I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, we used to talk and be cool. And he was like, I think I've seen you in a video before. Lo and behold, a video that I am not gonna say upset about, but I mean, I made it and I've posted it multiple times and it's pretty funny, is the video. I'm not gonna go ahead and say it just because I'm trying to keep this family friendly, but those of you that have followed me on Instagram definitely know what video I'm talking about. Let's just say there's something on my forehead in this video, and that was the video that the dude was talking about. So I guess that would be the only time I've ever been like recognized in public, and kind of my antics on social media have been brought to attention. Another question was, let me try to remember what it was. I don't feel like grabbing my phone. It was, what do I do in school? What's my major and what am I pursuing? So I am actually an art major, as I stated earlier, and I'm gonna first prime my eyes with the Smashbox Lid Primer. You know, per usual, one of my favorites. I'm an art major, but to be specific, I am a fashion design major. Fashion design is definitely something I've been especially interested in. I've always wanted to have a line of clothing, you know, under my name, and has like every shape and form of people in my ads, and it's like something I haven't really seen that often in the fashion industry, so it's definitely something I wanted to bring to the table and kind of shed light on. Yeah, so fashion design is my end-all goal. I want to have a fashion house that branches off into, of course, like cosmetics and like shoes and jewelry and just like the whole works and the whole 9 yards, because I really want to have different people of different backgrounds as parts of my campaigns. So now I'm going to take some of the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey to kind of buffer my face and bring a little bit of warmth back, because this translucent powder does make me a bit like ashen and like extremely white. So just gonna buff this setting powder into my face to kind of give myself some more warmth. I'm just taking a powdered brush and just kind of swirling and patting that in. So next question is, why Fenty Beauty and why do you use so much damn Fenty Beauty? So the reason why is because if I like a product or a brand even, I'm going to invest a lot of time into, a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of like effort into their products, and so far Fenty Beauty products have been extremely have been all hits. They've all been doing well. They've all performed well. They're very long lasting. The colors are nice. The packaging is just gorgeous. And it's just a really good brand, I feel like Rihanna is doing with her brand what a lot of other brands are trying to do. Now, let's move into eyes. To start off the base of my eyes, I'm going to be using the ABH Riviera palette. And I'm gonna start off with the color Estate and just use that as the base of my eyes. Taking a tapered eyeshadow brush, just gonna jump into that color and go ahead and pack it on and swoop it right away. The next question is, what are some brands I would love to collaborate with or eventually be noticed by? Of course, Fenty Beauty, that's the main one. Other than Fenty Beauty, to be honest, there's not really many brands that I'm obsessively in terms of beauty I'm trying to be noticed by or sponsored by or anything. I would love for Alexander Wang in terms of luxury or high-end fashion brands. I would definitely love for him to notice me because he's actually my favorite fashion designer. A little fun tip about me. I absolutely love Alexander Wang. I think his brand is just amazing. Now jumping into the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette, I'm going to be using this color. Sorry, my thing is super dirty. This color, which is Evil Genie, and I'm going to be sweeping that into the outer corner of my eyes. So jumping into the next question, someone asked me, where am I from? So right now I live in good old Arizona, the hottest state in America. However, I'm not from here, I just live here. Where I'm from is a little city in Germany called Trier. My whole mother's side of the family is German and from Germany. And me, my mom, and brother specifically are all from the same city. Pretty much my mom's whole family's from the same city, but us in specific are from that little town, that little whatever you want to call it. You can hear my dogs in the background, just don't mind them. Jumping into another Fenty Beauty highlighter kit, just to kind of put it on the base of my eye. I'm going to take this color right here called Sub-Zero, and I'm going to use my finger to put it on the lid of my eye. It's not a huge town, it's not too populated, it's actually very quiet and full of older people. So it's very chill, it's a very nice quiet location, and my whole German side of the family is from there, so it's always very nice to visit and very nice to go see, and just very chill, Jumping back into the Riviera palette, I'm going to be using the color Seychelles, I don't know. I'm going to be putting that along the bottom lash line. Well, the outer bottom. And then for the inner bottom of my lash line, I'm going to take this color right here called Mediterranean on the end and put that towards the inner lower lash line. The next question is, do I speak any other languages other than English? Yes, I was raised speaking German only, so I for the most part would say I'm fluent in German. However, of course, over the years I've kind of been speaking English more, so that's been more of my dominant language. So yeah, English and German are what I speak, and then in high school, all 4 years, I took Spanish. So I'm also pretty knowledged in Espanol. So back into the Chill Out palette, I'm gonna take this color right here called Chills, and I'm going to use a small fluffer brush and put that on the inner corner of my eyes to give it that little bit of zest that this look needs. I speak German and English, some Spanish, but I would love to learn other languages. Like I would love to learn how to speak French. I would love to learn Japanese, Russian. Moving on to, let me brush off the excess powder, grabbing a little bit more of that Fenty Beauty setting powder to do this so that I can bring some life and color back into my face. Now to highlight the face, I'm going into highlighting palette, and I'm going to be taking a little bit of Sub-Zero and Chills to kind of just like tone it down, just jump between the two. I'm going to be using that to highlight, dust off excess, and to just highlight the high points of my face. So another question that was asked is, what is my end all goal with YouTube? So that's where things get kind of fun and interesting. Ultimately, I would love to be able to help people feel beautiful. Like that's always been like my message, is just like helping someone else's confidence, whether it's through makeup, whether it's through loving yourself. My biggest thing I advocate for in life is I want people to just feel happy and, you know, beautiful with who they are and comfortable in their own skin. That's another kind of reason why I've continued my page and been doing what I've been doing with my page. Like anybody that knows me knows that I am definitely always advocating and always pushing for people to be more confident. I'm always telling my friends to go out of their comfort zones when it comes to wearing certain outfits, to just go out their comfort zone, you know, whatever you're not used to. So, setting the face now. Moving on to lips, I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Mattemoisselle in the color Turks and Caicos. And then to add some shine onto this very mattified lip, I'm going to take another Fenty Beauty item, Lip Luminizer in the shade Mermaid Thighs. I'm just going to place that right on top. So this is the final look. So thank you guys for watching another video of mine. Thank you for sitting through this kind of extremely blue and green look. Not particularly sure how I feel about it 100%, but I'm feeling beautiful, and I like the fact that I tried something out of my comfort zone. So this is definitely something I've never done before. So actually, to finish off and give this look a kind of more zhuzh and shine, I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Body Lava in the color Who Needs Clothes, and let's go ahead and apply that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of wasting time for you guys right now. But anyways, to end this very long video, thank you so much for watching and staying tuned and listening to me just talk about stuff and answer the questions that were asked for me. Make sure, if you haven't already, my dog is driving me insane. If you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and you keep up with my antics. Follow me on all my social medias, pretty much just my Instagram, listed down below in the description box. And I'll see you guys next video.